Here comes Tony past Greg Biffle on the inside, moving up to 6th.
I just think Tony likes a track when it's hot and slick. I just don't think it's all that cool weather and grip. I think he likes to slide it around like on an old dirt track.
Well, there's a dirt track out back of the grandstand here. Thursday night he got to see his USAC team race, and Friday night his World of Outlaw teams were in action there, including the King Steve Kinzer.
Well, just think about his record normally. He doesn't perform all that great in the first part of the year, but when summertime hits, man, he comes alive.
And it hit today. High 60s, a lot of sun. Here's Clint Boyer in the 33 racing hard with David Ruderman and Jimmy Johnson.
They're holding that 48 up. I've been watching him. He's clicking them off one at a time on his march to the front.
Yeah, he's 16th right now. He's being patient here. I think he'll be in the top 10 before that many laps.
Michael McDowell tweeted to his followers this morning that he was riding to the track with David Ruderman, who was telling everybody how to drive. David's dad, Buzzy. To the track. Not on the track, just to the track. Jeff Gordon has led every one of the 12 laps so far. Kurt Busch keeping things close.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is presented by new Pennzoil Ultra with hyper cleansing technology. By Ford F-Series, America's best-selling brand of trucks for 33 years straight. Built Ford tough. By Sprint, proud sponsor of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. And by Lowe's. Experience Lowe's. Let's build something together.
18 laps complete. Jeff Gordon has doubled his lead on Kurt Busch to 1.5 seconds. Kurt's younger brother Kyle now third, 2.7 seconds back. Today's Built Ford Tough track facts show that this is the 13th Sprint Cup race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and Ford has the most victories here. 6 out of 13. Matt Kenseth leads the list. He is a 2-time winner here for Roush Fenway Racing. There's Matt, who currently is 12th, about 9 seconds off the lead.
And of course, as we all know, it's been now a little over a year since its 17 car where Matt Kenseth has been to victory lane. Blew up before lap 10 here a year ago.
Down on the grass was A.J. Allmendinger.
Clear 15 back.
Where was he going?
He lost it off turn 4. And he gathered it back up. He gathered it back up down here in the infield.
Former open wheeler from Los Gatos, California.
There he is.
The red roofed car there.
You just that coming off that corner right there, you just see that over and over again. Nice job of saving it.
I think what saved him kept those right side tires at least on the asphalt. Didn't get all 4 tires on the grass.
But Larry, you were talking about Matt Kenseth, and of course, you know, they had the crew chief change there as we look at Allmendinger. I think you know, Childress made some crew chief adjustments. That paid off. Looks like Matt and Todd. That looks like that may pay off. Some of these adjustments these owners are making internally seem to really be helping performance of their teams. And you don't see that every day.
The good thing about changing internally, they know your system. They know what system you already have in place as an organization.
But it takes an organization with depth, and particularly Roush Fenway. They had the people in place to make that change. Drew Blickensderfer is now a crew chief in the Nationwide Series for Jack Roush. So
that paid off.
Change is good.
Carl had a third yesterday with Drew on the box. So some of these guys, they've made some nice changes and complimented them, their teams with them.
Here's a new view of Kevin Harvick, Darrell.
I love this, man. This is looking right back in his eyes right there. Of course, he's got that dark shield, but it just gives you an idea how hard the driver works. And the one thing I've noticed about Kevin's car from yesterday when he crashed it or when he hit the wall to now, the ride is much better. Yesterday when we were looking in the car, his head was bouncing all over the place. And today the car's much smoother, and that's a battle there. There's Biffle goes by Dale Jr. for 5th place.
I think as far as the Roush Fenway cars, the car that could shine today is that white 16 car, Greg Biffle. He looked the best of all of them on long runs in practice yesterday.
I've just felt like, Larry, that's the one team that Roush has right now that's performing up to expectations, I should say.
Now, Ford has a new racing engine introduced the end of last year, but Larry, I don't believe anybody's using it here, are they?
No, right now they have no plans of racing that engine, probably to the All-Star race at Charlotte Motor Speedway, a lot due to part shortage.
Jeff Gordon's walking the dog, Steve. He's 2.8 seconds up on Kurt Busch.
Mike, he's walking the dog, but he's still looking for more speed. He just told crew chief Steve Letarte too.
Jeff's really, really good. I tell you, matter of fact, I don't realize sometimes how good he is at giving feedback about what his car needs, and he's usually pretty good about making a suggestion about how to fix it.
Well, and I think this is where problems are going to start to show up. We're 25 laps into this run. As we've already documented, this track is very hot, very slick. This is where you're going to start to see issues show up.
Eric Almirola.
Loose in the back.
That's Jeff Gordon. Kurt Busch on the way as Eric Almirola goes to the garage. Hit the wall in qualifying, had a tough day, and I believe they are done for the day. Matt on the second place car.
Mike, Kurt Busch reporting into his team. The balance continues to change on the Blue Deuce. He said back on lap 8, this is definitely a different handling package than we've experienced all weekend. Loose on exit big time and tight across the center. Now he's just saying the front of the car is okay, but I'm losing the back end more and more as every lap goes by.
And that's the same thing Jeff Gordon just said, and I'm pretty sure.
The only people that aren't surprised they're loose are us.
That's right.
It's hot out there. It's slick.
You try to put 850 horsepower down. Pretty hard job.
Well, despite starting 13th, 22nd, and 34th, the three Childress cars have all found each other from 15th on back. But the last lap coming off turn 4, Kevin Harvick was not the happy Harvick we know.
Push, 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 push. Loose. What do you fix first, Larry?
You fix what's pushing.
That's
fix
right.
the end that's not sticking. Yeah, I know they have found each other, but we talked about comers and goers. Burton has fallen back, but Harvick has certainly moved ahead. I think the Busch brothers have found each other. In fact, Kyle Busch at 18 just drives by his brother for second. Dick, it looks like the 18 may be in pretty good shape here.
Yeah, he's not bad right now, but he said the car is really loose coming off turn 4, and then he added, for some reason.
Thanks, Dick. A.J. Allmendinger has made a pit stop, a result of that trip through the grass, in and back out. Jeff Gordon, your leader over Kyle Busch. He's opened it up to 4 seconds.
You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
Jeff Gordon has led the first 34 laps of this race. The most laps led from the green here is 50. Let's see if you knew Quack. The correct answer to today's question is the steel and foam energy reduction or safer barrier. Was first installed at Indianapolis, and now you see it ringing, or at least in the corners of most every NASCAR track. In fact, Bristol is increasing their safer barriers. The backstretch between turns 2 and 3 will have a barrier when we go there in a few weeks. Biggest movers led by Kevin Harvick.
You know, when you go to Bristol, you'd expect to have safer barriers everywhere, all the way around the track, infield, pits.
Front of your car, side of your car, back of your car.
Usually expect quite a bit of beating and banging when you go there.
And I think they are working in that direction. We talked about movers, Mike. There's Marcos Ambrose. He has moved up to the top 20, the 20th position, started back in 32nd. Spent the whole week on top of Mount Baldy outside of Auto Club Speedway looking for a gold mine. He has a huge passion for panning for gold and looking for gold.
I'm not sure if you should have mentioned that, Larry. Mount Baldy. I just don't know if that's a good idea or not.
And I know why you're saying that. And I'll just move on to the next subject. The top of my mountain's the same color every week.
Yeah, it's got snow on it.